Hey, what's up everybody? Brad Daddis here from CrossFit Supercharged, Turbocharged, Daddis MMA, Daddis Athletics. Today we're talking about mobility and our new mobility system. For those that know me well know I love systems. So what we're going to do, guys, is break our mobility WODs down in a way where we're going to have, it's going to be very easy. You're going to know, we're going to say 1A or 1B, and you're going to know exactly what that means, exactly what you're going to be doing. So for example, today what we're going to go over is 1A, which is T-spine and shoulders. We're going to try to keep it as simplistic as possible and not geek out on you with terminology that you don't need to know or need to memorize. Really, when I say T-spine and shoulders, we're really talking pecs, also lats and neck. There's some other things involved in the routine that we're going to do. So yeah, thoracic spine. 1B, which will be another video, is going to be the same muscle groups, same areas of the body, but a dynamic and static stretching routine and stretching with the bands in other ways. But part A is myofacial release, the tools of the trade. We got our foam roller, double lacrosse balls, single lacrosse ball, bands like I talked about, but that'll be more for B. Softball, very important one, and an actual barbell that we'll use. And let me preface by saying that the techniques we'll be using, I did not make up. They come from some great coaches, and I got to give big props to K-Star for really putting all of his stuff out there for the world to see. All we're doing right now is just taking it and creating it, making an easy system to help you guys remember it by. So you can do it at the end of a class. When you see 1A, you're going to know exactly what that means for that day. Here we go, guys. First one is, this is really, we're not doing targeted areas of your body that where you feel particularly tight. We'll talk about that in another video. This is more of a global, we're just going to, a general stretch for the whole T-spine and shoulders. We're going to start with the basic foam roller, T-spine smash. So, I start at the top of the thoracic spine. I get the bridge up. I'm going to cross my arms because I want to expose as much flesh as possible between my shoulder blades there. And I roll on top of it, and I can feel it. And some of you are going to use a foam roller like this that has some extra padding on it. Some are going to be using harder foam rollers, and some are going to be using double lacrosse balls when you're doing this, for example. So I go back and forth, and I can feel it nice and good, and I'm stopping right before I get to the lower lumbar right now, although I could go all the way to the end if I wanted to. So I'm going to roll 10 times is what we're going to be doing. All right? So let's say I just did my 10. I'm going to go overhead with both arms right next to my ears. All right, so now we're going to get the shoulders into it, especially on a day where we're doing overhead squats or whatever the case may be. So now I'm going to do the same thing, except like when I get to the top or the lower portion of my T-spine, my arms are good. I'm just doing like a little mini crunch. 10 times. Easy enough. And I can hold the barbell in my hand if I'm ready for that, or just PVC, or to start nothing like I am right now. From there, the side-to-side smash. And now we're getting going off to the side, getting some more T-spine, but I'm off to the side and some lats, and I'm still within range. I'm still right next to the scapula, just getting off to the side more where I wasn't reaching before. 10 times on each side. Just a slight angle, it's still with the bridge, simple enough. And when you feel a particular spot that might be pretty tight, like I can feel on the right side, I have a sticking point there. I could spend more time there if I wanted to. Or after the mobility WOD, go back and focus on this area with some other stuff, using lacrosse balls or whatnot. From that stage, we're going into lats and rear delts as well. So I'm here. So I'm going all the way across, so from the bottom of the lats. And when I say lats, we're talking about a lot more than just that. We're talking about, there's a lot of rotator stuff going on here. Again, I'm not going to geek out on you, but you know, with Terry's major and all this stuff, we're going to hit a lot of stuff. We're gonna smash over and you're gonna feel where it hurts. If you want, you can cross this leg over if it makes it easier for you. Whatever is most comfortable for you and you can get the proper weight on. You notice I go all the way up to where that tricep starts. 10 times, boom, and then I slowly, with each rep of those 10, start to get on top of it. So it's almost like my armpit is on top of the foam roller. I particularly like the rumble roller, foam roller, where now I cross my feet and I get the little spiky things digging into there, so I can really open up the shoulder girdle and get more rotator cuff things going on. And I stay there for 10 times, and now we're going right in between pec and shoulder. Same thing, roll around, find that tight spot, and then I'm gonna move my arm behind me. As I do, I put it back in front of me. Wherever it feels tight, again, I'm gonna stay there, work it out a bit. Right in between there. We'll do the same thing on the other side. 10 reps of each. After that, we are, let's see. We are doing, that will actually be the end of 1A, guys. So we've got the thoracic spine and some basic areas of the shoulder. In part B, we're gonna get more extensive, but let me introduce you to the other tools real quick. I could be rolling on that barbell, but this double lacrosse balls, I can work the T-spine with this, and just like I was before, the overhead, everything's the same. All right, some of you are gonna need more pressure than others. I got the lacrosse ball. If I'm particularly tight in the shoulders, maybe I have internally rotated shoulders and I need to get them opened up. By working the T-spine in the first place, we're gonna open that up. But this was gonna be the other aspect. I could be up against the wall when I do this, but with the lacrosse ball, boom, I'm getting in there, getting that good myofacial release. Right there is a sticking point for me. Boom. All right, and we could do the same thing with the rear delts. Boom. Here, here, boom. And that's just sort of extra, so that wouldn't be mandatory in your 1A mobility WOD. That's it for now, guys. Hopefully you understood that, and it should take you less than 10 minutes. All right, peace, and I'll see you in the next video, 1B. Still, T-spine and shoulders, stretches. Take care.